Well, hello folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you, and let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up the screen here. On NIO. NIO did rebound yesterday. It was nice to see that. The question is, when will this stock hit 54 bucks? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the deliveries for December and all things NIO. All right, as we can see, NIO had dropped down to just under 28 bucks at one point, and I actually picked up some more right here. And as you know, I'm basically working this stock two different ways. I have a long position, and I'm also swing trading it as well. So I've been trying to take advantage of the swings of this stock. And as you can see, there are major volatile swings in it, and it goes up and down significantly. And I've swing traded it twice. I try to buy it under 34.80, and then I sell it up here. I did that once. I did that over here. I didn't make as much money on this one because when the October deliveries came out, they stunk. So I sold half of my position there, took a small profit, and now I've been waiting for it to pull down, which it did. I bought here. I bought down here at 32, and then I bought it just under 28 the other day. And now it's sitting at 31.68. So with my dollar cost averaging, I'm about even on my swing trade right now. But I'm not going to sell any of my swing trade until it gets up into here, and I think around $54. Now, I understand there's a lot going on with it. The big pressing thing right now are going to be NIO Deliveries. And we know in October they had those real bad delivery numbers, and that's because they were working on their lines. And they were also closed for almost a week with the Chinese holiday. So they used that time to advantage by working on their ET7 line and also retooling the line that they've got so they can go from 120,000 units a year to 240,000 units a year with their partnership. And also we know about NIO Park will be coming online sometime in 2022 late, and that's going to allow them to more than double what they're doing at the newer level. So I think they're going to be able to do close to 500,000 vehicles per year long term with those two factories. Now, November came out and had a great number of 10,878. We'd like to see December above that. Probably in the neighborhood of 12,000 would be a real nice number. It's hard to say how this is going to play out. You know, the Rona has been rearing its ugly head. And you've really got two issues going on here. The China crackdown's got a lot of people nervous and scared, and rightfully so. That's a legitimate concern that has to be taken into consideration when you consider risk. The second thing is the Rona, and now we've got the second version that's going crazy. And that could be affecting anything involving NIO and any factory out there, because we don't know if they're dealing with that big time or not. But it's two concerning issues that play a role. And the other issue that we've got to be concerned about is the chip shortage. And every single automobile company out there is dealing with chip shortages, computer companies, et cetera. And I know they're working hard to try to rectify that in Taiwan and other places, but it's going to be hanging around probably till mid-year, according to the CEO of NIO. They think by middle of the year, they'll probably start seeing that go away. I'm not as concerned about it in the first quarter because, as you know, in the automobile industry, the last quarter is their strongest quarter. That's when the demand's the highest. That's when they're trying to pump out as many cars as they can. First quarter, usually demand drops a little bit, and the chip shortage probably won't affect it as much, because realize they're trying to build chips as fast as they can. The demand goes down a little bit first quarter. Hopefully that'll spread it out a little better. We'll see. But this guy's as much of a problem as anything, even as much as the Rona or China crackdown, because that's something that it's a macro issue that nobody can control. Now, there's been a lot of articles out there talking about NIO being undervalued right now and where it pulled back so much. And here's one. This is one from Forbes. After 117% revenue pop, NIO stock is 55% undervalued. And it goes into many of the reasons why. And it speaks of if it weren't for the uncertainty about whether the Chinese government will pressure to delist, et cetera, its shares might be trading at a much higher price. I agree with that. I think the delisting fear and FUD out there is definitely pushing this stock down some. And it says if Wall Street's average price target of $62 is any indicator, NIO stock is 55% undervalued. And I think he's basically talking about tip ranks. And yeah, right here, NIO, $62 is the analyst price average. It's listed as a strong buy. It's got eight ratings, 7 buy, 1 hold. And so in the next 12 months, they're looking at 62 bucks. And I think that's conservative. I think it'll be better than that in 12 months, but that's my opinion. And I can tell you, when I saw this thing drop well below 30 bucks down under 28 at one point, here's what I said.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised by that. So like I said, I picked up my third part of it and went ahead and dollar cost averages my swing trade because I thought that was ridiculous. And it did pop about 15% yesterday, which doesn't surprise me much because there are so many people talking about it being undervalued in the media. And it certainly appears to be that. But we're having just a little pullback today. It looks like about 2%. So it's kind of hanging around, and we're waiting on those December deliveries. That'll be the next catalyst, and that'll be coming out very, very soon. I mean, it's going to be sometime today. And I think that'll play a role, and we'll see how that comes out. Hopefully it's, 12,000 or better. You never know. It might come out lower than that. We'll see. Usually at the end of a quarter and end of the year, they try to pump it out pretty strong that last month. And of course, one of the reasons I like NIO is because it has a lot of advantages that other car companies are not going to have. One is reduced payroll. They're always going to have a lower payroll. They've got lower raw materials costs because they get everything out of China. Special battery swap credits. They've got government backing. The government's even buying their vehicles for many of their cities. They've got no legacy roadblocks or expenses. They're not going to have anybody in their company saying, oh, we got to keep making ICE engines because that's what got us here. That'll never happen. They're in the largest EV market in the world, and they're a premium. Premium's where the profit is over time. And as they continue to build up their economies of scale, this is going to become a very profitable company, in my opinion. Their autonomous driving is going to be very profitable. That's one of the reasons why I treat this as not only an automobile company, but also a tech company in a way, sort of a hybrid, because that autonomous driving is going to happen. And if you don't think it's going to happen, then I don't know where you've been living. It's going to. They have no limit on license plates and no weight because China doesn't want ICE engines over there. And NIO could pay off their debt with the cash on hand in their balance sheet. So they're in very good shape on their balance sheet. And as you can see, they've got this ET5 that's going to be coming out in September. They've got the ET7 that's going to be coming out in March. I believe it's the 24th. I think that's going to be a home run. They're talking about 50,000 of those vehicles going out in the first year. And they're saying the demand for the ET5 is even higher because it's about a $50,000 vehicle where this is 70. But remember, sedans are the #1 selling vehicle in China, and they don't have any yet. So I think both of these are going to be home runs for them and big-time catalysts for their stock price. That is my opinion. You may have a different one. That's okay. I know there's a lot of people concerned about it being based in China with the delisting issue and all that. But this is a risk that I'm willing to take. It may not be a risk you're willing to take. That's up to you. It's your money. You got to do what makes you comfortable. You don't need to be losing sleep over a stock. If it bothers you that much, do something else. But for me, I am willing to take that risk. And that's NIO today. And again, I think this company will see 54 bucks. It'll be after the first quarter when the ET7 starts arriving, and I think we'll get good results out of that. I think the Rona has really pulled this back. I think we would have been at $54 by the end of the year if it not for those two issues that are really kind of kicking us in the pants along with the chip shortage. But, 54 to my mind is going to happen. It's already happened multiple times. So history seems to repeat itself a lot in the stock market. So we'll see how that goes. Now, if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover NIO. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Give the channel a chance. I'd certainly appreciate it. And I hope you did like the content. And we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.